Oh, that's... I didn't think he'd be able to launch me that far.
Oh, okay. Wow. Duty, honor, faith. These are the qualities of an excellent guardsman. And maybe shoving your chainsword into the spine of your enemy isn't such a bad plan, too. Reginald here. We're going to do a quick one today because I got to get the word out about this while there's still time. This is some shenanigans I've found, and I think you're going to really have a good time if you try this build out, and some of the nonsense I've come up with. Build name: Reginald's Ludicrous Luxurious Landsconnect. Intended role: melee, elite killing, and horde stomping. Weaponry: chainsword and cantrail combat shotgun. Blessings: for the chainsword, I will be using Rampage and Shred, with an eye towards a perk for melee critical chance, and whatever you prefer for the second perk, or whatever you can get. For the combat shotgun, you're going to be doing Manstopper and Scattershot. Both of these are non-optional. The perks are your preference and whatever you can leverage. Let's look at the talent pool. Key nodes: Crack Grenade, Fire Team, Infiltrate, Surprise Attack. Priority nodes: I think Vanguard's important. You're also going to require Rending Strikes and Trench Fighter Drill, with a preference towards Serrated Blade. It's your choice on whether or not you want Reciprocity or Agile Engagement here, but I find Agile Engagement works very well with this build considering the amount of swapping back and forth you'd naturally do in a Damnation game and with a shotgun in tow. Plus, you could just do it on purpose. Use that special shell to initiate every fight. Also important are the Tactical Awareness, Bring It Down, and Confirmed Kill options. If you can get Superiority Complex, that's good. It's your choice on if you want that over Ogrins and Monstrosities, though. Personally, Bring It Down is for me. Let's do a brief discussion on this build. See, I was having a conversation with some of the folks in my Discord the other day, and I was listening to someone discuss why they don't like the veteran tree, and their complaints are perfectly valid. This isn't to say that that's not true, but I was listening to them talk about how you can't get anything lower down on the pipeline because you have to spend so many points at the top, and I understand, but I said to myself, what if I just did the opposite of that? So I tried it, and I was actually able to get 2 of the major trees going down by essentially spending no points at the top. This shouldn't surprise anybody, but I've been really interested in trying to build some sort of sergeant or infiltrator type guardsman that is able to do, melee as well as possible. And so I really wanted to build something that could do that. And as it turns out, this build does that pretty well. You get a lot of damage output from the way rending has been changed and a bleed stacks being available, and the chainsword just generally being a good weapon. It took me a few tries to experiment with this build right, and I tried smoke bombs first and a number of other things, but you can get the benefit of all the distilled knowledge I have on this one, and it is a bit of a doozy. You see, it actually is taking advantage of a little issue I found. I presume this will get patched out eventually, but right now there are a few blessings on some weapons that actually work for your melee weapon. You see, normally I run a chainsword with at least some kind of cleave blessing, like Shred and Wrath for example, but you notice I'm using Rampage instead here, and that won't ever proc against a hard target with light attacks for example, so you'd have to use heavy attacks to at least set off Rampage, and even still, you're not going to get that much cleave at only plus 36% with a tier 4 Rampage. But that is where the Cantrail comes in. You see, I discovered in my testing that, weirdly enough, when I was playing this, Manstopper rounds, purely by accident I discovered, do actually affect your chainsword as well. This results in you getting the old style Devastating Strike, infinite cleave on critical hits. And guess what? Scattershot, from the testing I was able to do, does in fact apply its up to 60% critical chance just by firing into a group of enemies. All you need to do is queue up that specialist shot and fire into a horde, or even the regular shot for that matter, and you're most likely going to get all 5 stacks, and they don't have an expiration. Once you put your shotgun away, you will be able to attack freely with your chainsword without ruining your scattershot previous attack bonus, until you pull your shotgun out again and use it on something. So if you always prioritize hitting targets that are in large groups, you will always be able to get 5 stacks of critical chance. This then is the key detail. You are getting 4 blessings worth of advantage to your Assault Chainsword on this build, as well as being able to leverage all of the interesting and powerful abilities for the Veteran, including the plus 30% damage coming out of Infiltrate, the Crack Grenades, all of the different rending abilities you have, which of course make your weapon more effective against hard targets and also can just do more damage. And what I have found is that while this build is somewhat squishy and can be difficult to use. If you are trying to do a melee vet, right now, this one seems to be the most powerful build I've got. With Manstopper giving you those cleave on crits, and then Rampage and Shred, you're going to have tons of crits to play around with, and Scattershot as well. The consequence of all these shenanigans is that the 4 blessings give you tons of cleave, and you can spam light attacks, and you'll almost certainly get critical cleaves multiple times in a row, get Rampage up, get Shred crits. It's wild how much damage you can do this with this thing in melee combat. Obviously, you can do this on a Zealot too, because you can get that combat shotgun, but I wanted to build a vet that was able to do melee, and I built a vet that is perfectly adequate in melee, if not excellent. Plus, with the crack grenades and the sawing into some specials and infiltrate and stuff like that, you can do a lot of boss damage. So with that, I'll say, give this build a try. It's pretty goofy and a lot of fun. And I'll leave a tip and trick on my way out the door before I do a bit of a demo. Don't be too cagey with your ult. I honestly, due to the 30% damage, have started just using Infiltrate to initiate my forward fights, because honestly, why wouldn't I want 30% more damage for like the first 5-6 seconds of a fight? And try to initiate also with a shot from your shotgun, so you can get that nice stack in and get the burn ticks on the horde, and you can just maximize your damage. And what would a Reginald build guide be without an idiosyncrasy? It turns out that with Infiltrate, if you like hit a special attack and then use your ult, you can be invisible for the full special attack and be safe for it, and then initiate another attack afterwards immediately to then come out of it, Infiltrate, and get the bonuses, which makes it a lot safer to do a whole saw animation with the chain weapon. Also, there seems to be a sort of wind-up time with the ult, so if you're swinging left-click real quick into a horde when you actually ult, before that uptime happens, you actually have a little bit of invisibility safety duration where you can just be invisible for a few seconds while swinging, and that is actually pretty handy. Alright, that was about it, so we'll hop into a demo.
He's coming.
Oh, I got plasma. Ow.
Disengaging.
Oh, he kicked me. Oh shit.
Coming.
Those 4 boosters, okay.
Sniper.
Oh, there you go.
Grab a Haas. I can't deal with that
Oh
sniper.
shit, there's a plane.
Where is it? Oh, I got it.
I see him. I got him.
Where is this dude?
They're dead.
Into the smoke.
He's got a shield on.
Another sniper. Oh, he got me.
Got me as well. One.
There's so many people.
To be fair, it's really unlucky because he's just going to push her every time he tries to rest him. He's going to pop him.
Is there a place where we respawn close?
In this room, but it'll be a while.
Come on, respawn.
I think you have to tease him in melee to get him to stop shooting you.
No, I've got my
When you go
stealth.
for the red. Oh, you got stealth. Oh, that's handy. That's very handy.
I'm just waiting for the ogre.
Reaper 312 engaged.
Ogre.
On your feet, Ogre.
Look, everyone just stops. Thank you.
No more tough flavor.
Very nice.
Oh, I'm third person.
There's a mech kit on the other side I dropped before I died.
There's an ammo crate. I'm gonna grab that med kit.
Dancing with him over here.
Coming your way. Grab the Medicaid.
I'll drop the ammo crate down as well.
I really wish I could aggro him.
Wait,
Aside from
can't you?
sitting right next to him.
Maybe you have to do it when his shield is down.
Damn it! Another driver. Oh no, they're gonna kill me again.
Nope, got him.
Yeah.
And no, I can't taunt him with the block. Maybe with the skill. But
Oh, with the skill,
probably
yeah.
not.
With the block, maybe not.
Enemy down. No more big beauty. I'm killing. Trouble is gate. Beauty. Yield it. Get home.
So by my count, that was 3 Tox Flamers, 2 Snipers, and 6 Bursters before his first shield pop. So
Oh my goodness, what a round.
That's a mess.
Oh,
was just-
look at that boss damage. 77k on this build? Pretty slick.
Nice.
Bye-bye.